Hello everyone and welcome to the Clark Auction Gallery July-August Spectacular Sale. Happy Independence Day to everyone out there. I hope you had a great one. I'm looking forward to a wonderful summer and I'm sure you are as well. Let's start off with the very first rug of the sale today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a vintage and finely hand-knotted oriental carpet. Like a garden party at midnight, red blooms, navy mystery, and just enough gold to keep things interesting. Take a look at this palace-size Edward Fields wheat chafe carpet. Fit for a chafe strewn Versailles. 4 grand bundles of wheat stand proudly on a soft white field with a cheerful orange and teal blue border that's pure 1970s American glamour. Here's a large antique finely hand-knotted carpet, a floral explosion set against cool blues and a warm rust. This one's not so much a rug as it is a righteous walk through a Persian spring. Here's a beautiful Hariz carpet. Strong geometry meets blooming tradition. A Hariz that doesn't whisper, classical, it declares it. And what do I have sitting on top of that Hariz? Why, it's a beautiful pile of rugs, that's right. And for those of you with commitment issues, a charming pile of rugs ready to flirt with your floors. Each with its own story, and none offended if you pick favorites. Next is a vintage finely hand-knotted Chinese carpet. Oversized blossoms dance across a jewel-toned teal ground. This chinoiserie meets maximalism. Yet again, another vintage and finely hand-knotted carpet. It's your classic rust red floral, the kind of rug that's never out of style because it never tries too hard to be. It just exists. Here's a vintage and finely hand-knotted runner. A stately path of cream blossoms winds down a blue corridor, perfect for making entrances feel just a little more imperial. Could it be another vintage and finely hand-knotted carpet? It most certainly is. A red field overflowing with flowers and crowned by a soft cream medallion. It's the Persian equivalent of a Sunday best. Take a look! It's a vintage Oshak style carpet, faded in all the right ways. This Oshak style soft palette whispers of old world elegance with a modern designer's eye. And here we go again, another vintage finely hand-knotted Oshak style carpet. That's Oshak chart, earthy tones, open design, and a laid-back refinement that makes it feel both important and easy. And the final carpet I'd like to share with you is this spectacular hand-knotted piece. Just take a look at all of these flowers. It's like strolling through a garden. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what screams Americana more than a banjo clock made by Howard & Co. of Boston, Massachusetts? What a spectacular piece, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at that sexy mahogany case. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move along for all of you gold bugs and silver bugs out there and numismatists. Take a look at what I have for you today. That's right, not one, but 2 groupings of Morgan silver dollars. Silver by the fistful, as I like to say. A glittering pile of Lady Liberties, just waiting to be admired, stacked, or flipped, but preferably not spent. Right in front, 3 horse blanket notes, including a $2 midi porthole. Oversized, overdesigned, and absolutely overflowing with turn-of-the-century flair. Plus a tiny George Washington peeking through for good measure. To my left, what do I have? 2 golden eagles that say sound money, louder than any politician ever could. Heavily in hands and heavier in history. Right below, an original Civil War era document ordering uniform supplies for Major General Woodson. What a cool piece. And right over here, let's keep the economy going, folks. That's right, this absolutely incredible sterling silver Mont Blanc pen, perfect for signing checks. What do I have over here? Remember when our money was backed by silver? That's right, silver certificates, ladies and gentlemen. I got a Thaler silver restrike and a beautiful American Indian head gold coin, $2.50. Up next, I have a spectacular French repeating carriage clock. A charming little traveler dressed in gilt and pink with a lakeside view on the dial. Proof The French could make even timekeeping romantic. Moving right along to watches, take a look at this Rolex Cellini Danios 18 karat gold watch. Refined, restrained, and wrapped in 18 carats. The Cellini Danios is Rolex's answer to what if elegance had a pulse? Right next to it, what do I have? It's a vintage Rolex Skyrocket Canadian Oyster watch. That's right, a rare bird in the Rolex aviary, built for the Canadian market, named for the skies, and ready to launch your wrist into vintage collector's territory. What's next? A Cartier Santos Galbi automatic watch, the original aviator's luxury watch. The Santos Galbi brings square-jawed charm and Cartier's signature elegance to every second. What do I have right behind here, ladies and gentlemen? A horological buffet, gold, steel, and plenty of style. Whether you're buying it for weight or by taste, there's something ticking for everyone. And last but not least, check this out. A VCA retailed Corum Love Bond 18 karat gold watch. Signed by Corum, retailed by VCA. A wrist-hugging golden whisper that says, I commit it, but make it chic. Have I got a treat for you guys? I've got a great collection of militaria here. Why don't we start off with this beautiful Morion helmet? That's right, with embossed fleur-de-lis straight from the parade ground of a 16th century Spanish soldier, potentially, and far too fancy for actual battle unless you're fighting with charm. It's a Morion helmet. Moving right along, a European-style curious breastplate protects the chest and flatters the ego, whether you're reenacting or just dressing up your wall with some old world bravado. Right in front, it's a pair of European cup-hilt rapiers for the well-dressed duelist, elegant, balanced, and ready to settle matters of honor, or at least some spark of jealousy. Right over here, folks, it's a signed Japanese katana sword, the real deal, not a wall hanger, but a signed blade with soul, forged for someone who knew the way of the sword. Right next to it, it's a World War II Japanese Shinganto Type 95 sword, a piece of imperial steel issued to the rank and file, but still carrying the gravitas of a bygone empire, history with an edge. Have I got something to share with you that I found to be quite special? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this bayonet. It's a named US M1 Garand bayonet. One man's name. A reminder that even the sharpest tools had a personal story to tell. And right in front of it, what do I have here? A grouping of bayonets, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, we've got Italian, American, Austrian, several bayonets, several countries, ladies and gentlemen, none of them settle. And I look forward to seeing each and every single one of you here at Clark Auction Gallery, July 27th, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy bidding!